Hello everyone, my name is Nicktism and welcome to a little something new. Today I'm here to talk to you about the new Smash Bros. And yes, I know I've done this kind of topic before. Could be talking about some characters I want to see in the DLC. With me, I have one of my best friends, Zachary Grants.
Hi, how's it going? I am Liv.
Why?
Because I'm funny. You like it?
Okay, so what we're going to do is we have two characters. We each have two characters that we want to see in the new Smash Bros. As DLC. And then we're going to have at least one character from a TV show or something.
And we're going to explain them and at least move sets approximately for them. Because I know at least my character is kind of random and totally out there. But I had a lot of time where I worked, so I came up with a moveset because I was bored.
He has very little social life, to be honest.
Very little. I am just a gamer.
Yeah. Anyways, so you want to start off, or should I?
You can go first since it's your.
All right. Well, my first spider is of course I've mentioned this before. It's going to be Frisk or Kara.
Nerd.
You can leave.
You can say it with me. You can say it with me if you want to.
Okay. So again, as I've said before, Frisk and Kara. Kara could be just a B skin, like they alternate between who gets which piece of armor.
Now, just to define this is Frisk from the first Undertale and not the remake of the new one.
Deltarune has a different protagonist.
Okay, I'm not that into Undertale. Sorry for all you YouTubers out there. I know you're getting a lot of comments on this, but yeah, I don't play it.
Yeah.
Hate me if you want, but hey, I like my own game.
Even if they are very repetitive and very heavily used on
leave
jump scares.
Leave it where it is. They'll find out where I
Anyways, so yeah, with Frisk and Kara, their moveset could, like, the specials could be very much based around the different kind of weapons they have. Like, either, like the side B could be a 3-hit combo with the ballerina shoes. Down B could be like, I don't know, some sort of parrying or stun move.
Spider Silk, maybe. I know that's in there.
Spider Silk.
I think it's the first that one Spider Lady. If you pick up Spider Silk, it makes her boss battle a little easier.
No. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about like the stuff at the bake sale. If you use one of those items at her bake sale, it instantly ends it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I did that by accident mainly. Then a down B could be like a stun move with the frying pan or something, or then neutral B. I'm guessing that could be like some sort of charge move with the knife or something.
Could be.
And then up B, probably some sort of uppercut or something, like the gloves or something. Then the smashes could be like with a stick or with any of the other.
Hey, the villager made it in with a stinking firework. I think they can add something there.
Plus, Lucas does use a stick himself, so
true, and he uses a snake as his grapple. I mean, really, animal use much?
Anyways, yeah. So that's my thoughts. And then the final smash could be the world ending slash from the genocide runs.
Okay. I get a majority of that. I don't know that much because I haven't played Undertale. I've watched quite a few people, and hey, quick side note here: doing a playthrough of I just played through self-promotion. But yeah, I have seen a couple people play through it. I watched Mark play a little bit through it. I watched a couple other guys play through it, and they do get pretty into it. And Undertale has a big source that you can use it through, and using characters. However, to go off of this and not part of R2. I would counter and ask, why not Sans? Sans being a more popular character seems like he'd be more likely. Again, I have seen your other video that says Sans, you don't want Sans just because you don't know about moveset. However, I feel like he would have a better choice because you have his telekinetic abilities being his grapple or something a lot like Ness.
Yeah.
His combos could easily be performed by either punching or kicking or using his bones. Special could be with Gastro Blasters, stuff like that. Smash. It could be a big Gaster Blaster fight, or it could be something like Pac-Man Smash Now, where you can kind of control it, but Sans is ultimately like behind it, or it could be like the Inklings. If you use the Inklings, you use the Killer Whale, you can angle it. Sans' Smash would either be something like Duck Hunt, where he'd hit you, launch you to another world, do a big hit combo, double gaster blaster you off the stage, or it basically would turn into like his boss fight, where it's just you are the fighters are just traveling across the stage, and bones and stuff, and you have to platform over them and stuff like that. Could work. And then as alternate skins, you could do a funny kind of nod to it. You could do like a Frisk, like a dead Frisk skin,
or
even Papyrus,
or a Nest skin.
That true, because of the Backpack video. Or even then you can make it look like Papyrus, and then you can have Sans and Papyrus in the game.
Yeah, that. I mean, but, again, like Sans, I don't see him much as a fighter. He only fights when he has to, when everyone else is dead.
True. But then again, you could say that with DLC characters, considering the Smash doesn't actually kind of have a story system, you could kind of put it in that he's teleported there and is finding his way back, and he thinks the best way to do it is to just fight his way to the top.
Okay.
And then if you put a storyline, Smash Brothers, not storyline, no storyline, can't have that on here. But even then, if you had to have a storyline, that's what you could do. Okay. But even then, you could follow up what you said, like a glass cannon. He would be very easily launched. He could probably be a weight lighter than, I'd say probably about as heavy as Mewtwo. He's heavy enough to survive hits, but he's light enough that he still has good recovery. And he'd be
so like up B would be a warp, right?
Yeah, then, probably something like a warp.
Then like neutral B would be like gas blaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it'd be kind of interesting if you use. Well, I mean, it would be kind of weird. It'd only work on certain characters, but I thought it'd be kind of cool because I know, again, haven't played it, but I know some people say that he warps space and reality, like he'll walk off one side of the screen and appear on the other. I think it'd be kind of a funny nod on like certain levels, like Bridge of Eldin and stuff like that. If you can actually walk off the side of the stage and appear on the other side, like Balloon Fight, but it would be very broken and very useless on stages like Battlefield and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but you never know.
It would be clever. But I mean, another argument against that is that he's not the main character.
That's true. That is true. I will admit he's not the main character. But
I feel like if you're going to represent a game, you represent it with the main character first before anything else.
That is true. I do admit that because, well, my only thing is, again, not coming from a fandom of Undertale, and I just see a lot of Undertale. Again, this could be because of memes and stuff. The most seen character that I have ever seen in it is Toby Fox himself, the dog, or Frisk, which is, of course, the main character. And followed by Sans, just because. And I even looked it up. I love his boss fight. I like it mainly because, and then I'm sorry to all you Undertale fans out there, but if you go through with a 0 hit on that, you don't have a life. You memorize that way too much. But
that would be insane.
I like Sans.
Wait, has someone done that?
Yes, there is actually a couple videos of people having no hits on Sans' boss.
Oh my! Yeah, I think I might have seen some of those.
It's
thumbnails.
Very incredible, and it's really impressive. But part of me is like, did you have to
go get a girlfriend or something? Or,
but I mean, again, I'm being not an Undertale fan and just kind of looking from the outside and not knowing all the characters. Like honestly, there's probably some people out there that want Undying or
Undying
Flowey
also
himself. But
no, actually, Asriel would be a better choice.
That too. So, characters like that, and being a person that doesn't know Undertale, that's why I say Sans.
Asriel already has kind of a moveset that has names to it, so.
Yeah. But that's why I picked Sans, just because going from what I see as popular, I feel like Sans is the most popular. But then again, you do want the character to represent the company, so you would probably do Frisk over Sans. So I do agree with that Frisk would be better, but in popularity-wise, I'd probably say Sans.
Yeah. All right.
So you or me next?
Me? Yeah, you next. We'll just trade off.
So I'm gonna go with the character I was least likely to make it in, and you guys are probably gonna hate me for this. And Nick's already kind of revealing with his face of what it's gonna be.
It's never gonna happen.
Again, I had a lot of time at the job I worked, and I could come up with movesets, and I was really bored. But the character I honestly like to see is Foxy the Pirate from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh wait, okay. I thought that you were going to go with the other one first.
No, I'm getting the one that's most likely not going to happen.
Okay.
Now for Foxy the Pirate, a lot of people are going to be complaining. Oh, he's just another sword fighter. Oh, blah, blah. Well, I apply you with this. Yes, he is a pirate, so I would give him a sword because it would fit his character. However, most way to show it is in his 3-hit combo, which I would have. He'd swipe once with the sword, once with his hook, and follow up with a bite that has a decently high launch power.
Right.
And then as far as his aerials go, pretty standard stuff. Neutral air kind of be just like a swing around, and since he's a robot, he necessarily wouldn't have to move his body. It'd just be like his arm swivels around him. Forward air, either bite forward or stab. Backwards, most likely a stab, because it'd be very hard to do a bite backwards. Up could be an up bite, and down he could just stomp down with his legs.
Alright.
And then as far as his specials would go, neutral B could be just a really big bite. I haven't thought that much of it, and I thought this up almost like 4 years ago, like when 3DS was coming out, so I don't remember most of it. But neutral B could either be just a straight up bite or something like that. And the reason I say something like that is because his side B, which would be his other neutral B from another game I saw, it would be like a rush down, like he'd charge forward, kind of like he does in the original game, where he'd charge forward, arms up, and his whole body would basically be a hitbox, and he'd charge forward, and you couldn't cancel out of it. You can't use it in terms of recovery, and then again, he would actually be a quite heavy character, being only the size of Link, but he'd be heavy enough to go against King K. Rool and stuff, and he wouldn't actually have a very good aerial recovery because he's made of metal. He's electronic, so
yeah.
Something like going kind of akin of Metal Little Mac, but heavier. Neutral recovery, I don't really know on that one. I can't think of anything very good on that. If anything, maybe just sprouting happy birthday balloons from the game, or if you want to throw more references to the game, you could use like the Puppet Pals. I know a lot of people like them. He could spawn them and kind of glide like Isabelle does, or King K. Rool, something like that, or even Snake. And then his neutral B, which sounds really dark when I say this, but it actually sounds really good. Don't look at me like that. His neutral B, if you are a fan of the franchise and know it a lot, you know that each animatronic is kind of haunted by a ghost of a child.
Yeah.
What I would say is basically that ghost would act like Greninja's side B. The ghost would literally drop out of Foxy, rendering him immobile, and he can travel across the ground and then kind of sprout up from underneath, stunning the enemy, and then quickly warp back to Foxy to then perform a rushdown, kind of like a combo there. It'd be more of a stun, or you could just straight up use it as a counter and have, like, the ghost back out. If they hit Foxy, they, like, hurt their hand or something because they hit metal, and then the ghost comes back, and then Foxy bites or something. I don't know. And as far as his smash, I would actually really kind of like to see like Foxy charge forward like he does in Rushdown or his side B, and teleport you to the office.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a cameo from each animatronics, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, with the final one being Foxy coming in and doing a huge bite, referencing the bite of 87, which this is going on the fact that supposedly Foxy did, which if most of you don't know, spoiler alert, it was actually Golden Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's 4 did the bite of 87, but back when the first game came out, everyone was thinking Foxy did it because his jaw's broken and he seems to be out of order. He's also the most scary looking animatronic because he's all beaten up and tattered and stuff, so a lot of people thought it was him when it first came out. And even through episode, or the Five Nights at Freddy's 3...
Lord! Sorry.
Hey, you know what? You frisked it all up, so... But yeah, up to about Five Nights at Freddy's 3, as far as I knew, everyone still was under the assumption that Foxy did it. Even some people thought it might be Springtrap, but Springtrap was then shown to do it, and then it was Five Nights at Freddy's 4/Sister Location where it did reveal that Golden Freddy was the one that did the bite of 87. So that's what I would like to see, but again, he's very unlikely. I did hear rumors that we might be getting console versions of all the original games.
Yeah.
Rumor, though, not confirmed nor denied. But then again, last I heard is Scott's going to be letting other companies take it. So we'll have to see where it goes.
Yeah. Alright, well, my last character would be Amaterasu from the Okami series. Again, I've mentioned this before.
That's the wolf, right?
Yeah, it's White Dog.
I did see that. That's another character I thought.
She would be very combo heavy with like her thing on the back, just going out and hitting people. She would her specials would be different kind of brush techniques, which it's been a while since I've seen Pride's playthrough of Okami, so...
Yeah, I thought about getting it. You can actually get Okami on the Switch, and I kind of want to get it because the game looked really good. It looked really colorful.
Yeah,
I originally had it on the PlayStation.
Looks really good.
Yeah, I really originally had it on the PlayStation 4, but I sold it back to try to get to the Switch, but got, like, no money for it, which is my only problem. But I do want to get on the Switch. I want to try to play through because I did hear it was good. I am kind of in the art department. I think things look really cool, and I've noticed things that other people don't see. Like, if some of you don't know Coco, the scene where he first sees the world of the dead, that's actually like 5 layers of art. So I know stuff about that, and I know I'm not an artist myself, but I just at least know how much trouble it takes to do art. So I know that 5 layers of art, that's probably, let's say, about 10 each layer. And then you have to put that on top, and then you have to mesh them. So that's probably like 50 people right there, just putting 5 layers of art in 5 things. So yeah, that's why I would like to play Okami. But back to your discussion.
Anyways,
on them.
yeah. So like some of her specials, I believe some of her brush techniques were like cutting fire and wind or something like that.
I think she had another one that was like a stone, like you could smash stone.
Was it?
I think so. Maybe that was the sword.
Yeah,
but yeah.
She also has the sun, but I mean that's not really an offensive ability. But like she could do like something like that with like a side B would be cutting, or and then up B would help her with her recovery with the wind. And then like I don't know, like neutral B or something would be. But then her smash attack would be her again achieving her godly form and just absolutely laying into the opponent for a good few seconds and then sending them flying.
And I think it'd be very good because you don't, other than the Pokemon characters, you don't have anyone kind of animalistic. And I feel like Okami would be a very good choice because being a wolf, she's already going to be shorter. She could probably be as tall as, let's say, Olimar or Kirby or even Pichu. Pichu probably being the smallest, but I'd say make her about as big as Olimar. Olimar, I think, is the tallest short person there, I think.
Yeah. She'd be like the 3rd quadruped fighter, too.
And it would work. I feel like it would work because she's very... Being in that kind of game, and my biggest problem with Bayonetta is the game isn't necessarily violent, in my opinion. I don't think. I haven't really played through it, but I do think it's rated at least teen for violence, but nothing like no language, no drug references, no sexual, nothing like that. But it's all there's a dark scene. I have seen some videos on it, but there is like a really dark and spooky town that you have to go to bless and all that. But as far as I know, there's nothing like too bad in it. And I feel like it would work because, in my personal opinion, I feel like Smash Brothers is more it's not necessarily for kids. And that's why I think Cloud is a very good choice because he gets to both the kids our age, and the kids younger because they're like, ooh, guy with big sword looks really cool, hits hard.
I mean,
but if you're a fan and you know it, it's Cloud. You know he's a powerhouse. You know he's gonna hit hard, so it's a lot cooler that way. Which is my big problem with Bayonetta because she's the far as I know the only character in that game that's rated M and has questionable themes. I'll let you look it up, but don't look it up. But but that's the thing.
I'll let you look it up, but don't look it up. Is that what you just said?
Hey, I'm not saying. I'm just saying that she's. Yes, her games are good. I have heard she's got great music. I've heard that she's got really good combos, and it's a really like kind of beat 'em up combo style game, which I do like those kind of games. But she is very, let's just say, loving her bod, and it's kind of shown a lot in that game. Smash Brothers did tone it down, so you can't see it as much in this.
Thank you for that, Masahiro Sakurai.
Yes, but that's my big thing. Yes, it is cool. Bayonetta is in the game. I think it's really cool. I've played a little bit of her. I don't necessarily
kind of cheap to
like
play
her.
Against, though. She is just no.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like her. I did do Classic with her, and she was okay. Like, I have to admit, she's actually a pretty solid fighter. But again, her game's not necessarily geared towards kids. My only problem with it.
Anyways, let's go to your final pick.
So my final pick is a more likely cast considering Cloud made it in, and someone else. Who was it? There was someone else they added. I thought they did.
What do you mean?
Nope, I thought they had someone else from Square Enix. Oh, hey, big shock. But yeah, it's the same company from Square Enix. I am actually wanting Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And again, coming from a place where I had a lot of time and was really bored, I came up with an entire moveset, taunts, and everything for him. For Sora, you could have, as alternate skins, you could kind of change the color scheme of his clothing, and then with each thing, you could actually do a different Keyblade. So say your original base form Sora would, of course, wield the Kingdom Blade and look like Sora does now. And I'd probably use Kingdom Hearts 3 being a lot cooler, plus more closer out.
Yeah.
Plus, I have actually heard rumors that we might be getting him on the Switch. Again, rumors,
really?
not actually true, yeah. But, it's rumored. It's that there's no confirmation nor denial. But then again, I haven't heard that much more rumor on it. So again, I could be wrong. I could be denied. Let us know in the comments. But, if they do, it'd be a very good way to promote the game for both Square Enix and Nintendo itself, putting Sora in the game. Well, actually, I think Joker's Square Enix. That's what I'm thinking of.
No, I think it was something else.
Might have been something else. But anyway, as far as Sora goes, the few costumes I'd say definitely change and keep them that way with their respective abilities is, 2, you could do Tron. In Kingdom Hearts 2, he goes to the world of Tron, and he gets a Tron Keyblade. If you don't know, every world you beat, you typically get a Keyblade from said world. You could do the Tron thing and the Tron Keyblade, and my personal favorite would be the one from Nightmare Before Christmas, and using the Pumpkinhead Keyblade, just because it looks cool.
They could also make a reference to Riku at least.
They could make a reference to Riku because he is there, and plus they could also use Roxas. I know Roxas.
Yeah.
If you follow the games, he is basically Sora's nobody.
Yeah.
Plot twist, ooh, if you don't know about it. But, yeah, and then I think there's another one. There's another girl. I forget her name.
Shion?
I think it is. And she also wields the Keyblade. You could also do her as well, doing a palette swap / girl character, because I know they're doing that for Korn and Robin, because they're basically the main protagonists. That too. But as far as how he would play, again, like you said with, who was it?
Amaterasu.
Yes, he'd be very combo-based. He would not have very high launching power, but my thing would be is neutral, 3-hit combo. Forward tilt, 3-hit combo. Up tilt, 3-hit combo, back, or whatever. It's all basically a 3-hit combo. Basically, Sora would play as you rack up damage. Aerials, even aerials. 3-hit combos everywhere. Neutral aerial would probably be more of a forward aerial, because it's kind of hard to do a neutral aerial 3-hit combo, but that's how I'd like to see him. Special attacks. Again, this is coming from before we knew if they would bring back special abilities, being able to switch those out. I originally had as neutral B being Firaga, I think it is, where you just shoot a fireball out. And neutral thing would kind of be like Mario having a smaller, faster one, a normal one that goes pretty decent far, or a big one that goes not very far but does high damage. Down B I either had as ice or lightning. Again, he could kind of either do it like Pikachu does with his down B, just like it strikes him and it goes out from there, or it'd be like a set distance and it would appear there, or he could just shoot it straight out or something, or it'd be around him. Ice, again, same thing. In the game, Ice was very just straightforward and a high hitting magic ability, so you could kind of do it that way. And as far as recovery would go, this one there wasn't much to go for in terms of different abilities. Like different abilities as in, like, again, having different ways this would be put in if we had different special attacks. But I would probably use the glide from Kingdom Hearts 1 when you went to the world of Peter Pan. He just fly up, kind of like Snake and K. Rool and stuff like that does. But my only thing would be is he wouldn't have to go in the fall state. He maybe could do 1 or 2 moves at it and then go into the fall state, but again, that would probably make him really broken, so I don't know how to balance that. That's Sakurai's thing. But in terms of his smash, my original form for his smash works before I knew that they changed all controlling smashes out of the game, and I thought it worked well because it was very cool, and everybody I told about it, they said that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. Right now, most people know is that Ryu and Ken are the only 2 fighters in the entire game to have basically 2 smash. One up close and one far away. Up close Ryu is a Shinryu Shoryuken, 3 punches and 1 big Shoryuken. Ken, basically same thing, but with kicks. And then far away, they perform a Shinryu Hadoken, where they both launch. I think Ken's does fire damage, while Ryu sucks you in.
I think Ken's...
Did they change it?
I'm pretty sure Ken's is the vertical thing. It's a fiery uppercut.
Oh, right.
Just a pillar of fire, just straight up into the air.
Right. Ken has the uppercut because he's more known for that, and Ryu has the Hadoken.
And then Ken's close-up is just a series of kicks and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, out of all the Smash Bros. History, those are the only 2 that have separate ones. However, if it works, I would say Sora is the other one, but he would kind of have 3. His base one would be, and this is all pertaining to Kingdom Hearts 2, because we don't know about Kingdom Hearts 3 yet, they'd be going off of his Valor form. Kingdom Hearts 2, you had an ability to go into a Valor form, basically letting Sora wield 2 Keyblades, get extremely fast, extremely powerful, and longer combos. His base one, I would say, would probably be Master, turning him completely gold no matter what costumes he is in. And then you can either do it this way or have him wield just the Kingdom or one of the Keyblades that's introduced in the game. But he'd wield 2 Keyblades. His combos would get a lot longer. He wouldn't have very high launching power in this mode, but he'd have longer combos on everything. Special attacks still do good damage and everything, and then he just, after a certain period of time, he'd transform back into regular Sora. His second Smash, which is a little bit more rare, but not as rare as the last one, would be his Master form. Again, this would be where I would say either do the Keyblades or not. I would say not, because in this one, if you played the game, it's kind of specifically appeared in here. He would wield Oblivion and Oathkeeper, which are the 2 most powerful Keyblades in the game at the time. And in this game, he wouldn't really get that many combos. He'd basically be like base Sora, but with higher launching power, is how I'd do that. And it would last a little less than regular Valor form, kind of balancing him out because he's going to have really high smash attacks. And then the really powerful one that I think would be really cool to see, because I personally did not experience it in my playthrough of the game, but the last one, and being the most powerful and the hardest to get, but still gettable, so you could say, like, let's say 20 games out of 10, you'd see this guy around maybe 3 or 4 times out of 20. Just so he's rare enough that it's not overpowered, but he's not like always there, so then he's never there. It would be the alternate form of Sora, which from the games he basically turns into a Heartless, and from what I've heard is it's like extremely fast and extremely powerful. Again, I did not experience this in my walkthrough, so I don't exactly know what he does, but how I kind of balance him is he would lose the Keyblades and his 3-hit combos, but he'd have immense launching power. Let's put it this way, at like 45 to 40, basically insta-KO if he can get it off on you. But to balance him, he loses the range. He is faster than Greninja and Sonic, who are the 2 fastest characters in it right now, making it very hard to control. And it lasts very short. It is really, really short. Especially, I think, in the original game, it also was very short, because it drained your drive meter very quickly. But it would be very short, so that way the game would keep going, but it wouldn't be so overpowered that it just, like, if you were in a 5-stock battle, he'd take you out in 5 stocks if you even let him get the smash and get this abilities. But that's Sora.
Yeah. And you went way into that. Okay.
Hey, I had a lot of time on my job, alright? I was a little bored. I don't need your pity.
Anyway, so now we're going to go into the TV characters we would like to see in Smash. We don't
at least one, and we're going to rule out one here. I'm mainly saying for him because everybody wants him, and I know how much he loves this guy, and he would love to see it, but we're going to outrule Goku, just because I could say, I don't know that much about Dragon Ball Z, and hearing from this guy, Goku is a very viable option. He sounds like he's got a lot of good abilities and a lot of good strats to be able to be put in the game. However, I feel like it'd be a little weird because in the actual show, as far as I've heard from him, is Goku's constantly overpowering his enemies, and even if he gets beaten, he comes back stronger.
Yeah.
It's just not fun to see him get beaten up by a small pink person or a little person that just throws little plant people at him. So I feel like it'd be very weird to have basically your world's best martial artist in there. Yes, it'd be very cool to see him basically go up against Ryu and Ken, but it's a little weird. Plus, everyone wants that guy in. I mean, we gotta come up with something else like that.
So my character, and we don't have to go into too much detail with this.
I am.
Please don't. My character would be probably Garnet from Steven Universe, because I mean she's just pretty much an awesome character. She would be mostly a
Garnet's the big one, right? The big one.
The square head.
Yes.
She'd use her gauntlets a lot. She would just punch her enemies. She might even have a counter because of her future vision.
I can see that.
Yeah, and that's basically it.
Any smash attack ideas?
I mean, she could call on the other crystal gems and form Alexandrite. Okay.
I haven't seen Steven Universe. I've heard it's good. I've watched like 1 or 2 episodes. I didn't really know it, but I at least know Garnet. That's why I had to make sure. I at least know that there's Garnet, the big one. I think it's Amethyst is the short one with the whip, and Pearl is. I feel like Pearl would be better, but that's just because she's more dainty, and it'd be like kind of like a better woman representation. Because like most people, I feel like, especially if you don't know it, I feel like most people think Garnet would actually be a guy until you actually like, okay, yeah, it's a girl. I first thought that because there's not much there to see. And then, of course, I know Steven is in there. Actually, I probably would say Steven would have a likelier chance of being put in being the head, but Garnet would be a better choice because of
Steven's not big on fighting. He doesn't like fighting a lot.
True.
So,
then as far as my TV character goes, if I had to pick one, because I watch a lot of TV, I'd actually probably pick Ruby Rose from the TV show Ruby, RWBY, from Rooster Teeth.
Nerd! Sorry.
You know what? I put a lot of thought in this, alright? Ruby, if you don't know, is from the TV show Ruby, RWBY, and what makes her cool, in my opinion, is she has a giant scythe, and in this world, every single weapon is also a gun, and Ruby's weapon, well, except for one, Ruby's weapon is basically a high-impact sniper rifle. So she could be both close range and long range with her special abilities. And her smash would be something like, if any of you have played it, BlazBlue Cross Tag. One of the abilities, she uses her semblance and basically just flies straight through an enemy and then does like 2 billion hits and then launches you. Well, because her semblance is speed, so it worked out there.
Yeah.
And then you could also use her semblance in the game with a couple of her special abilities being speed or just make her inherently fast.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be fun. I feel like it'd be cool. But then again, this is a TV representative, and we did state in the beginning that it has to be mainly a video game.
Yeah, so it's
most likely on a Nintendo system.
Very small chance these are guys.
Very small chances these characters are ever going to get in. But hey, if Sakurai could put Piranha Plant in, and Isabelle and Villager, yes, hate me if you want to hate those guys. But yeah, if he could put those people in, he could easily come up with them. I am kind of sorry. I don't want to hate on people because I know people like the Villager and like Isabelle, and they are good characters. I personally do not like them. I just hate playing against them, and I feel like they've taken the place of better characters. But then again, I will admit, they are good characters. Yeah. I have played as them. I recently did a classic with Isabelle, and she's good. I just can't play her. I do not like her, and I'm not hating on anybody that likes Animal Crossing. I know it's a good franchise. It's a very popular Nintendo franchise. The GameCube
version wasn't good.
But in my personal opinion, I personally do not want them.
Alright. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. Until next time, see y'all later. Bye-bye.
See ya.